I hope so. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live stream from Nagasaki. I am today's host, Rika Watanabe from Peace Boat. This is broadcasted from Urakami Cathedral in the Urakami district in the northern part of Nagasaki City. 77 years ago, an atomic bomb was dropped by the United States and exploded. Of the 240,000 estimated population of Nagasaki City at the time, approximately 74,000 people were killed and about 75,000 people were injured. In the past, people suffered from atomic bomb sicknesses caused by the heat, blast, and radiation of the bomb. Even those who survived the bomb they suffered from various illnesses as time went on, and many are still suffering today. This place I am standing now is 500 meters from Hypocenter. The main building that stood there was destroyed. At the time, there were about 15,000 Christians here in the Urakami area. About 2/3 of them, which means 10,000 Christians died. The building you see now behind me is the Urakami Cathedral, which was rebuilt after the war. Although the remains of those days can still be seen in the surrounding area, I'm going to show you some of them. Please follow me. Here. Okay. 77 years have passed since the atomic bomb was dropped, and the average age of bomb survivors is now over 84. Over the last year, 820 exposed people have died, bringing the total number of survivors, or hibakusha, to 118,935 nationwide alive. In Nagasaki, 5 groups of atomic bomb victims organizations have been cooperating each other for a long time. However, at the end of March this year, one of them, the Exposed People Memorandum Book Fraternity Association, was dispersed. Visiting the bombed cities leads to feel an even stronger sense of crisis. At the moment, a peace ceremony is being held in Nagasaki City, throughout the Nagasaki City. Let me see. All right. So in today's live stream, connected with several venues, we will tell you all about what's going on in Nagasaki City on August 9th. First, we will show you how the residents in Nagasaki City are spending their morning on August 9th from several venues. First of all, I will pass this microphone to Rumi to introduce some of the venues. Rumi, are you there?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Rumi Mayahara, a student from Waseda University. I'll be your navigator as we connect to different places in Nagasaki. So at first, let's head to Yamazato Elementary School, located 0.7 kilometers from the Hypocenter. Okay, the camera is now showing the Yamazato Elementary School, and it's summertime in Japan, and elementary school students are off school. However, in Nagasaki, all children come to school today for peace studies and prayers. It's every year's tradition. Currently, the 6th graders are holding a peace assembly to prepare for 11 a.m., the time the atomic bomb was dropped in Nagasaki. Here at Yamazato Elementary School, about 1,300 students lost their lives. You can understand how tragic this is when you realize that the number of students enrolled at the time was about 1,600. In 1949, 4 years after the atomic bombing, the surviving children and teachers wrote a book about their experiences, titled "Living Under the Atomic Clouds." Dr. Takashi Nagai took the lead in producing this book. Dr. Nagai, a medical doctor, was himself exposed to the atomic bombings and devoted to relief work for the survivors. Dr. Nagai used the sale of the book to build monument to the children in school. This memorial has become a symbol of Yamazato Elementary School. In addition to this, Yamazato Elementary School has various other facilities related to the atomic bombings, including an air raid shelter that has remained from that time, and exhibition room, which is used as a place for children to learn about the history. Okay, so we will now connect to our camera in Hypocenter Park and the Peace Park. Okay, this is the Hypocenter Park. This is located directly below where the atomic bomb exploded. This is across the road from Peace Park, where the Peace Memorial Ceremony is currently being held. The small river you are now looking at has remained from the time of the bombing, immediately following the bombing. This river overflowed with people who sought water and died. The exhibit along the river is Kids Guernica. Each campus here is the same size as Guernica, an anti-war mural by the Spanish artist Picasso. And on each canvas, children have painted their wish or peace. You can see that various groups are holding memorial ceremonies. In the park, there is a grander memorial indicating the hypocenter. This morning, since dawn, we could see many people, particularly those who have lost their beloved ones in atomic bombing, coming here to pray. We will now switch to our camera in the Peace Park, which is located on the other side from Ground Zero Memorial. Okay, the video is now showing the Peace Park, where peace ceremony is currently taking place. Ihara-san, who is taking a part in the ceremony, is helping with streaming. Ihara-san is a member of Hibakusha Health Handbook Holders Association. And as you can see, attendants are now offering flowers. And 94 countries, the largest number ever, are representative at this year's Peace Memorial Ceremony. After a moment of silent prayer, the mayor will read out the peace declaration, followed by the speech by a Hibakusha representative. Representing Hibakusha this year is Takashi Miyata. He was recently in Vienna to take part in the first meeting of States Party to the Treaty on Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons. Yeah, he is Miyata-san, and he was going around wearing a shirt that said "I am Hibakushu," interacting with people who had joined the conference from all over the world. Okay, so it will soon be 12:02. When the bell rings for silent prayer, I ask everyone watching this streaming to also join the moment of silence from where you are, as a tribute to the dead and pray for peace.
まもなく11時2分です。
So it will soon be
令和の
11 to.
世界高級平和の実現を記念し黙祷を捧げます。
Let
会場の
us
皆様、
have a prayer
ご起立をお
together
願いし
from
ます。
all over the world.
黙祷。黙祷を終わります。お着席ください。
Okay, so thank you so much for joining the player. Next, we will connect to Yamazato Elementary School and pass the microphone to Yukinoe for conducting with this. Yukino-san, are you there? Okay, Yukino-san. Okay. Okay, so
Information that I got from her, it might take some time for her to move from inside of the gymnasium of the school to the outside, because inside there is a ceremony taking place at the moment. So Yukino is not allowed to speak out inside the house, not the house, inside the school. So now she is moving toward the outside of the school so that she can show how the school itself is commemorating the 77th anniversary. So let's see how it goes. But now she's on.
yeah. Okay.
All right, here's Yukino.
Sorry, can
Go
you hear
ahead.
me now? Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Yukinoe Yamaguchi, a university student.
Yukino-san,
Yes?
can you speak a little bit louder? It's on mute, it seems. Can you speak louder, please?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
But can you
I'm
put your
sorry to be
microphone a
late.
little bit closer to your mouth, probably?
Okay. Hi, hello everyone, my name is Yukinoe Yamaguchi, a university student in Nagasaki. I was born and brought up in Nagasaki. Since I was a child, at the school children, I have been thinking about what was happened in the past and the preciousness of peace as a school curriculum. And I want to look at the sky where you are now, and imagine. At an instant, a single bomb has brought a drastic change on their peaceful daily life. And now, the nuclear weapon still exists in this world. The risk is the same upon us. We must know what happened that day. Let's think about what we can do to prevent such a tragedy from happening again. And let's take action in cooperation with our friends around the world. Finally, I'm waiting for you in Nagasaki. Thank you very much.
What?
Okay, so I'm actually in Isahaya City, which is which is a little far from Nagasaki. But I could also hear the like I don't know how to say I forgot the alarm, which is the biggest sounds and people at the time and people or like people play for the victims at the time. And actually, this was the first time for me to spend 9th of August in Nagasaki because I've been always in Hiroshima on this day. So this was like a very good experience for me because I I could this was first time for me. So yeah, I'm very glad to spend 9th of August in Isahaya in Nagasaki City in Nagasaki. So yeah, after this we will read a book we will read a book, but maybe it it will take some time. Okay. Yeah. Just please wait a moment. We are getting ready soon. Yeah. From the operator. Ah, okay, Rika-san.
Sorry, can you see me now?
Yes.
Sorry about that. I'm back. Sorry to keep you waited. All right. At the end, thank you very much, Yukino, and thank you very much, Rimin and everybody, and thank you for joining us today. To conclude this live stream, I'm going to introduce you to a picture book called "The Day the World Decided to Say No to Nuclear Weapons," published by Otsuki Shoten. I hope you enjoy this book, remembering the dedication all the nuclear victims and survivors put so far, and taking actions together toward a world free of nuclear weapons use and testing. Please enjoy the book and the messages, please.
The day the world decided to say no to nuclear weapons. We were listening to the news at breakfast. They were saying a nuclear war might break out one day. Dad, what's a nuclear weapon? Nuclear weapon? It's a big bomb. A bomb? You've heard of Hiroshima, Nagasaki, right? Dad reminded me. A burned blouse displayed in a case. It had a child's name tag on it. Sachiko. But that was a long time ago. Are there still nuclear weapons today? Then I heard a voice saying, "Yes, there are." The day it happened, I was your age. I was on my way to school like usual that morning. There was suddenly a flash of light in the bright blue sky. A huge blast blew me away, and I blacked out. When I woke up, everything was in flames. Even my own hair and blouse. "Mom? Dad? Sister?" I cried out, but no one answered. Poor Sachiko. When I finally found her, her whole body was burned. "Sis, I'm so hot all over." Sachiko suffered for several days, then passed away. After the bombing, black rain fell. It made my hair fall out, and I started to get sick in all kinds of ways. Will you listen to my story too? My dad is a fisherman. He goes out south to the sea to chase tuna. But one day, he saw a big mushroom cloud across the ocean. Since then, he got weak and can't go out to sea anymore. We saw the flash across the ocean from our island too. Then, a white powder fell from the sky. We were all scooping it up and playing with it. Then, my friends from that day all got sick, one after another. I had a little sister, but she didn't live long. Grandpa, then what happened? There were many more nuclear tests. We, islanders, kept eating fish and fruit as usual. One day, soldiers came on a big ship and told us, "There is poison in the food here. You must move to another island." Many years passed, but we still can't go home. I still have dreams of our island. There were hundreds of nuclear tests in my country, but they kept it a secret for a long time. They dug a huge hole in the ground on our land. We have always believed there was a dangerous power there that should not be disturbed. But they still dug there for uranium to use in nuclear weapons. They built a nuclear waste dump near our town. Big trucks come one after the other, bringing in barrels. And every time it rains, the poison flows into the river. It's not just Hiroshima and Nagasaki. People are suffering all over the world, even now. There are more than 10,000 nuclear weapons in the world today. That's enough to destroy the whole planet, many times over. Why do they want nuclear weapons so badly? Because if we have nuclear weapons, we can protect our country. Our enemies have them, so we'll lose unless we have them too. It's not fair that only big countries can have them. We're protected by a country with nuclear weapons, so it's not up to us. That makes no sense. If there was a nuclear war, no one would survive. It's crazy to think pointing missiles at each other makes us safer. Nuclear survivors have spoken out to tell the world, don't let there be any more hibakusha like us. We must get rid of all nuclear weapons. Yeah, let's make a rule to ban nukes. Every country can promise not to have or use nuclear weapons. The experts too spoke up. If a nuclear war breaks out, we won't be able to save anyone. Science must not be used to kill people. It's a great idea to make an international treaty to ban nuclear weapons. That's impossible. There is no way a country with nuclear weapons will give them up. That's not true. If we make a ban treaty, having nuclear weapons will be seen as a bad thing. People from all over the world joined in. We can all make a change. Let's make a global movement. Yes, I can. Ban the bomb. It's a lie that weapons can make us safe. Don't destroy our planet. It's dangerous even to have nuclear weapons. And finally, the nuclear ban treaty was born. It makes it illegal to make, have, or use nuclear weapons. The treaty says no to nuclear weapons. But for it to become official, 50 countries need to join. Let's work together and get our governments to support. The nuclear-armed states turned their backs. But more and more countries signed the treaty, one by one. In 2021, over 50 countries had joined the treaty. At last, it officially became an international rule. Everyone came together and made the impossible come true. No nukes! There are still too many nuclear weapons in the world. But more countries keep joining the nuclear ban treaty. This movement cannot be stopped. Sachiko, can you hear us? We're going to get rid of all nuclear weapons from this earth.